Yeah, good evening. Today we are beginning a new Q&A session. I have a lot of questions that I have received. It's very nice. So these are spiritual questions, and we had given a link which is bit.ly. So kindly write on that. So there are certain questions which we had received. Now I'm going to begin in such a way that there are a certain advanced questions, and some of them we are like a beginning kind of a questions where a beginner. Now the question which is one of the simplest that we have received, which was received by us by I think day before yesterday, it was, what is the simplest path in spirituality? What is the simplest path in spirituality? Every path there are certain issues. So in all this, which is the simplest? There are three major paths in spiritual. One is knowledge based, second one is work based or job based, duty based, that is, and the third one is devotion based. Now this is as per the scriptures. Plus there are a lot of secondary paths. Now depending on the individual nature of the person, the path can be decided. Now this path which the individual is supposed to accept is based on, again, a lot of factors associated with the life that he is leading. You can understand that many a times you cannot devote so much time for going on a particular path. People, those who come on to the path of spiritual, may be working in an organization, a company, may be housewives, may be busy in their world somewhere. They may be professionals, they may be business people. So they may not find the time or the way in which it can be practiced. So depending on where you are, at what station of life you are in, the path can be chosen. We will just give an idea about the first path, which is called the path of knowledge. Now the path of knowledge is a very serious business. The amount of effort that is required to be on the path of knowledge is tremendous. Every individual has to spend quite a lot of time over there. It is like attempting your post-graduation or doctoral level of studies. It's a very highly advanced kind of a study. Now this study requires a lot of inputs. Just like in the college you have to give a lot of inputs, in the same way you have to give a lot of inputs on the path of knowledge. It is also called the Sankhya Yoga. Now the Sankhya Yoga involves disciplined lifestyle. So the disciplined lifestyle which an individual has to follow, so it involves getting up early in the morning, attending to your ablutions, going on a path which is very, very serious, in the sense that you will have to devote a lot of time for pranayama, meditation, those kind of things. Then extremely serious work which is connected to this path, study. While studying, we will be also attempting seva. Now all these things, how can an individual do staying at home? So the difficulty is over here. So it is attempted mostly by sannyasis, renunciates, those who have given up their lifestyles completely, that is the material worldly lifestyle, and they have progressed onto the path of spiritual. They may join an ashram, they may go on an individual tour somewhere in maybe the Himalayas or some such place. They may take up some kind of a tapasya somewhere. It all depends. So this is a very, very difficult path. The second path is Karma Yoga, which is again, though extremely simple wording wise, that means if I have to tell you what is Karma Yoga, is to do your duty. Simple. Looks so simple, isn't it? But to do your duty in this world, first you got to know your duty. So what is your duty? That will evolve into another question which is called Swadharma. Now, I am attempting this question where, what is the simplest path? So to know your duty, you first got to know what you are meant for. Why are you born over here? What is the need for you to be here? And then you have to find out what exactly are you there for, which means knowing your Swadharma. Let me tell you, to find out your Swadharma is extremely tough. You may be working for an IT company. You may be working in some government organization. You may be a housewife or whatever. Is that your Swadharma? This is a question which nobody can answer directly. The intervention of a guru here is very, very important. Without the intervention of the guru, nobody can find out the answer. Because, let me again tell you about the Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna was asking a similar question to Krishna. And Krishna said that you have to do your Swadharma and not somebody else's job. If you are doing someone else's job, it is clearly telling you, you may be succeeding in it, by the way. You may be very successful doing that job, but it will not give you anything. No release. For Karma Yoga, you got to know what is it that you are supposed to do. Then the second most important thing, how do you get rid of your karmas? You see, you are a huge pile of karma, by the way. When I say you, it means this Jivatma of yours contains so many karmas that you cannot even imagine. You think that this is the only life that you have and you have to expiate those karmas. The expiation of the karma which we are talking about, expiation means removing, fulfilling, getting rid of. The ones which you are talking about is called prarabdha karma. Who is going to bother about the sanchit, the accumulated that is there? That question is a very difficult one. And that, imagine, you have accumulated over lifetimes. The number of lifetimes that you have come and gone, that many number of karmas has been accumulated over there. And for this little life of yours, which you are currently living, you have come with a small quota. And that is the one which you are going to expiate. So Karma Yoga, not possible. It's a little bit difficult. The third part of it is all karmas that you do, you should not be bothered about the end result. Whatever that you are doing, you may be working for a person, an organization, or you may be doing some kind of a business. Can you let it be and not bother about how the money comes in? That is one thing you are always going to be careful of, isn't it? When you are working somewhere, you need your salary. So you are bothered about the end result also. You are not going to let go of a customer if you are a businessman and say, that's all right, you don't have to pay me. Are you going to do that? It's not possible. So Karma Yoga in today's day and age is extremely difficult. So we come to the third one. The third one is called Bhakti Marg. That is Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti is all about devotion. Now the path of devotion is so simple. Of course, like I said, there will be a certain number of difficulties there too. But the path of devotion is the simplest one. Why is it simple? There are no pre-qualifications for it. You don't have to do any kinds of activities related to discipline. You see, you are not supposed to get up early in the morning and do all kinds of yogas and pranayamas and all. There is nothing like that. There is absolutely no need. What is needed over here is to know that there is only one God that we are talking about, and to be in love and devotion to that one God. That is it. The difficulty here is, if you are living in the material world, you have a lot of other loves in your life. You may have your children, you may have your parents, you may have your husband, wife, spouses. You may have your friends, relatives, and you love them a lot. You may be attached to the properties that you have. You may have desires of different kind. No, the path of devotion is only one direction, that is love and devotion for the Lord. Beyond that, you cannot have anything else. This path sounds very simple because there are no pre-qualifications, like I told you. You don't have to attempt anything else. It's not important. Someone asked me, today is Ekadashi, so should I do something about it? There is no need. On the path of devotion, every day is God's day. So are you going to have upvas every day? Are you going to fast every day? No. The path of devotion is the simplest. Most of the people in the world today follow this path. And this is the easiest of all. So in answer to the question which someone had raised, which is the simplest path? The path of devotion is the simplest. Alright?